Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we're going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka Xdc. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, I haven't been really, paying attention too much to the price of XDC. I know that recently we have been like kind of jumping around here and there. I know that we hit like almost 3.5 cents just recently, or around roughly close to it. Yeah, so it was like around like roughly, almost 3 cents almost. I mean, it was like nothing too close on it, but just kind of ranging still sideways. Like even going back on the 3 month span, we're kind of hitting this nice little deep low down here at about like 2 cents, and now we're just kind of ranging sideways. Still in a like nice little uptrend, but nothing too crazy. Like we're still in a downtrend going back as far as like April, anyways. But trading volume up about like 10%, nothing too crazy. We're sitting at about like $3.8 million in trading volume. Like that's laughable. I actually look forward to the day where XDC has as much trading volume as like XRP, which is sitting at about like roughly $1.1 billion on the 24-hour span. That's why, like I always say, like pay attention to assets like Xinfin that don't have a ton of trading volume and also aren't like on major exchanges, because these are the tokens that when they do get listed and they have a lot more volume accessibility, they are going to fly in price. And I do think that XDC is probably one of the most overlooked gems in the space. More so, like, it's probably one of the most overlooked ISO tokens. Again, I don't believe that like ISO necessarily means that these tokens are going to pump massively when ISO does go live, but it just more so allows these tokens to be utilized as settlement mechanisms within their respective industries. So I do think that ISO plays a little bit of an aspect there, but nothing like too like crazy how everybody else is kind of trying to play into it. Of course, that is my opinion. Anything can really happen. This is crypto at the end of the day, and technology is quickly, becoming like a major thing. And I do think that crypto tech is the future around a lot of these major industries, including trade finance. But let's actually dive into a few things. So, first off, we just hear recently our CEO Troy Wood visited Insider R3's NYC office to learn more about Conclave or Conclave. I don't know how you guys pronounce it. I'm going to say Conclave. Just sounds better. Xinfin Official is a member of their venture development program because of our R3 Corda / XDC network bridge. And yeah, it's crazy to me. First off, like I actually have like a full-on breakdown over here from Impel as well. Like I've talked to you guys a little bit about Impel, and I've also talked to you guys about R3 Corda in the past. Like it's crazy to me how large of a major announcement this actually is in terms of like being the first bridge between like R3 and like everybody's still downplaying it. They don't really care about it. It's not bullish to them. But it's insane because like of the scope of R3. I think that R3 is a powerhouse behind digitization of many industries, and we're actually going to be addressing that. But we do see over here, did you know that Impel Official is, currently the only bridge provider to, inside R3 Corda blockchain, Corda platform, can use digital assets for payment / settlement. And of course, I do think that XDC is going to be a huge settlement token within this, as well as like a payment token. We do see, does it also provide the bridge for XRP? Is XDC still leading the token of value on the Corda network? Whatever XRP bridge was available before is no longer available. However, thanks to Impel's bridge, wrapped XRP on the XDC network can be sent to / from Core dApps as the XRC20 token. That's actually pretty huge as well, by the way. Direct connection with like wrapped XRP with XDC. That's actually pretty huge. You still see the efficiencies of XRP even though it is wrapped. And we do see down here like $100 in any digital asset is still $100. Wrapped tokens have the same value as unwrapped tokens. Just use bridge to move from network to network. And then we do see down here from Impel yet again, Impel's primary mission is to help gain mass adoption and usage of the XDC network by offering no-brainer, highly comprehensive solutions for financing messaging or financial messaging, ISO 222, and payment / settlement for business conducted in R3 Core apps. Which, by the way, this is like what I mean by like ISO 222 or 222. Sorry, it's a messaging format that allows for these tokens to be utilized as settlement and payment tokens, which is basically what they are saying here. and it allows for those solutions to be met within the future financial system, which is basically being ushered in at a very quick pace. I mind you, I would say like by around like 2025 to 2026, around that range, like we should have a full-on ISO 20022 payment mechanism globally. And let's actually dive in real quick. So first off, here's the Conclave. I know that you guys are probably gonna butcher, tell me that I'm butchering the name, which I probably am. But here is that website. Like this is from R3. Like this is Cloud has arrived. Conclave, Cloud. Um, they do have like a full-on breakdown on everything down here. If you guys do want to read more about it, you guys are more than welcome to. But we do see down here, like with solutions built on this, confidential data is pulled within an Intel SGX enclave, where it is protected even when being processed, making it ideal for multi-party applications where data privacy is, a concern. And I think that this is actually going to usher in like a lot more adoption to R3 as well as like to Xinfin, because of course it is a bridge. And we actually do see up here like Conclave, makes it easy for end users to cryptographically verify the application's integrity before sending their sensitive data to it. Like I said, when we talk about like, crypto itself, I know that Corda has always been like really kind of focused on in terms of like them utilizing their own token or their own blockchain. And yeah, that is possible. Like, is XDC going to be sourced here? It's hard to say, but they do have some, great partnerships already in place on this. They have also a few solutions. Like if we go up here to the solutions tab, they have quite a bit of areas to focus on. So fraud detection, private order, matching, analytics solution, market data, aggregation. But I know like a lot of people will make up the, idea that like, hey, they don't have to utilize XDC at all, but it seems like there's going to be a big bridge here between Conclave and, of course, like, Xinfin within Impel. Like, I think that Impel is like the major giant here, for something like this. Now, of course, like I said, I do believe that R3 is actually streamlining the entire digitization approach. We do see like direct digital collaboration, navigate, the complexities of collaborating digitally with R3's trust technology underpinned by DLT and confidential computing platforms. And these DLT platforms are going to be like Xinfin. And I've actually talked to you guys about the scope of R3. I don't need to tell you guys more so about that, but everything on their website is more so about DLT, digitization, the new digital economy as well. Here's optimized drive system and business improvements through digital collaboration, reduce risk, modernize, business processes, maintain a single source of truth, manage fraud through confidential data sharing. This is with Conclave, by the way, streamline, inter-firm automation. Innovate, build new systems and revenue streams, develop new solutions, access, new value chains directly, natively model the end-to-end digital, asset lifecycle. Get started as well, like down here, basically shows everything from fragmented and inefficient value chains to trusted digital collaboration. Like this is why digitization of many of these markets is going to be a very large area to focus on. But like I said, like the ecosystem behind R3 is such an incredible, area to focus on, but substantial area as well. Like you could definitely see some of their partnerships down here, and like these are barely scratching the surface, and they are focused on so many industries, specifically trade finance as well. Like this is where we focus on with like XDC, and of course they are talking about like DLT and blockchain within this. We've talked about this in the past, but a lot of these are like some major areas, to focus on, like even companies as well, like Contour, such a major name within like the trade finance area. We actually do see down here that Contour has proven to reduce end-to-end processing time for LCs by 90% or more, simplifying the process for all participants and enabling new business opportunities for banks, corporates, and trade ecosystem players. The funny thing about this is that like, they still need digitization of trade documentation, which is going to be through Xinfin. Like Xinfin is the key player there, and Contour, I've actually just I made a video on it a little bit back where I was really kind of talking to you guys about Contour and how extensive of a name they are within the trade finance area with all their connections. It's such a massive giant. Definitely look up Contour if you guys haven't already. I'll just kind of give you a quick breakdown on them. If I go over to their website, I think it's under I think it might be under their about section or so, or yeah, I think it might be under their about section. I apologize. I hit the insights tab, but if we go over to the About section here, they kind of give you a quick little breakdown on some of the names behind it. Like here's, leading the digitization of trade finance through Contour, which, yes, by the way, we've talked about the connections with Contour to Xinfin in the past. I know that a lot of people will say, like, they're replacing XDC. No, that's not the case at all. But we do see here, like, massive banks, more so like Citi, HSBC, ING, SMBC, and Standard Chartered are the ones that really kind of come off the board to me. But yeah, you could read more about like the connections between Contour and Xinfin. I'm pretty sure I made a video on it as well. Major name in the game. But also talking more so about Xinfin and the future behind it, Metablocks. So I talked to you guys a little bit about Metablocks in the past. I do think that this is actually going to be a very large area to focus on within Xinfin. I think that the Metaverse itself is definitely ripe for disruption from major players that are focused on not only like the graphic wise, but also building out very unique and extremely quality metaverse experiences. And I do think that Metablocks is doing so. Their vision is to create a real-world experience with meta cities based on real cities in the world. First phase, Paris, providing a true immersive experience. And of course, you guys do see a little bit of an in-depth view, or not in-depth view, but like a quick little view on like their graphical range. I think that this is actually pretty nice. I think that's very nice. And we actually do see over here, Metablocks has already seen over 300,000 registered users who are ready to immerse in the new and revolutionary, medium of networking. Discover Metablocks now by checking out our new released episode of the FinTech Web3 Founder Series. And of course, just to kind of give you guys a quick insight, here you guys have it.
When consumers, like the mass audience, were asked what would they like to do in a metaverse, there were a really less portion of people who said gaming, or who said they would like to spend time in a sci-fi world, but more of them really wanted to be in a more familiar environment, do sort of more serious familiar activities like learning, like Mark said, to attend events, do networking.
And yeah, like, when we really kind of look at like the metaverse, the thing that I truly find disrupting about the metaverse isn't like the gaming aspect. Like, I think that that's where a lot of everyone's mind just goes to like the gaming sector around metaverse. Like they really kind of think back to like Ready Player One. But I think like the biggest disruption that the metaverse could have is on individuals that are like in the healthcare scene that need to practice surgeries. Like the metaverse could actually incorporate that and give a hands-on sort of diagram around like learning new things, teaching courses. Like there's so much more to the metaverse that is really kind of being seen by the blind eye. So I definitely look forward to a lot of this stuff to go live. I think that the Metablocks is a metaverse project that everybody should be keeping a close eye out on. I think that their graphical, range, like I said, is very substantial compared to what we are used to seeing within a lot of these metaverse, based tokens and, metaverses in general. Like here you guys have a little bit more of an in-depth view. I just think that the graphics look great. And here you guys have a little bit more of an insight, like the co-op, bank, clothing co. Again, very nice, like this is what I would like to see. It's almost very similar to, I don't know if you guys seen the movie. It was with Ryan Reynolds just recently, where he was basically in a game. I think it was a New Guy or something like that. Yeah, like that is, what we are kind of seeing here. Like I think that the graphic range is kind of very similar to that. Obviously, like you're not, in the game, so it's not going to be like, full on like 4K. Everything looks extremely detailed. But it does look very nice. I think that the details, the subtle details, lighting, like shading and stuff like that, very nice, very quality, by the way. I think that everything around this is actually very crisp. You guys do see like the lighting environment and stuff like that. Looks awesome. I think that looks great, especially compared to what we are seeing out there traditionally. Like even like Decentraland, right? Some of the worst graphics that I've actually seen in this space, and it was like the #1 token hitting like $5. So again, definitely look into like quality metaverse projects like this, and this being built out on Xinfin is something special. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on. With that being said, if you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.